Hello guys, welcome to this new review of the EPS from Holosun. First of all, I want to show a little bit the lineup from Holosun. Of course, here I have only the EPS green MRS. Is the top of the notch of the lineup from Holosun of EPS. We have EPS and EPS carry. This EPS is suitable more on the full size slide, like Glock 19, CCP10C, P320, MMP 2.0, and so on. And we have the EPS carry, and more suitable for a carry gun, a slightly compact gun like P365, 43X from Glock, and so on. On the EPS and EPS carry, we have different models. First of all, on the beginning of the lineup, we have the 2MOA or the 6MOA dot, green or red. And on the top of the lineup, we have the EPS or EPS carry, green or red, MRS. MRS stands for multi-reticle system. Actually, we have in the optic 3 different reticle. 2MOA dot, you can switch for, of course. You can switch, I think, with press and hold for 3 seconds of the minus button on the optic. You have a 2MOA dot, 32 MOA cycle, and 2MOA dot plus 32 MOA cycle. I think the best is around the 2 MOA dot or the cycle. I think is for carry and for duty use, a 32 MOA dot cycle only is a good choice, but this is only your choice and your preference, of course. The same thing, of course, is for the color. Red or green is your choice. Somebody prefers red, otherwise prefer green. This optic has a lot of feature. First of all, only the MRS has the solar panel. Solar panel, of course, you can use the red dot without the battery. So when the sun is enough to power the site, of course, no batteries used, but more or less is useful for the brightness, auto brightness. Of course, you can switch on and switch off the outer brightness. I think right now the only little issue of this optic is the outer brightness. The SCS has an amazing outer brightness, simply because have 2 different sensors, the front and the top sensor, so can detect the lights in front of you and top of the view. With this and the solar panel on the top, more or less can detect the lights only on the top. For example, you are in a dark area in a dark room and turn on the light, the pistol light or whatever light, and of course only the part of the room in front of you is with a little bit of light, is a little bit brighter, and the red dot doesn't adjust because the optic feel only the lights on the top of you and around you, not in the front of you. So sometimes it's a little bit a problem in this, but I think if you put in a manual mode, I prefer around 6 or 7 position. It has more or less 12 different positions, 4 for night vision. So I think more or less is a 7-8 position is suitable for all circumstances, inside, outside, whatever. Other than that, we have a shake awake function. I think is one of the best feature of Holosun and is implementing this site. Shake awake means practically the gun at the sights when stand still on the table, on a safe or whatever, after 10 minutes automatically power off the sights. And when you move it, you take it or whatever, turn on immediately. It's like 0.05 seconds is amazing. So if you don't use the sights or your pistol, of course the sights try to save more battery possible, turn it on, turn off, sorry. You have to buy a plate, because this is the EPS is a 47507K footprint from Holosun. So of course, or you have the already a slide mill in this configuration, or you have to buy a plate. For example, here I have the plate from C&H Richmond Hill, Georgia. Very amazing guys. Of course, this is not the Glock MOS. It's a specific and very strange and different technology, because it's based on this little T-post here, and you have a very long screws on the slide and on the sides on the plate too. So it's very durable. I think is machine actually very good. Is a little bit too pricey. It's around 70-80 grand, but you know, quality of you have, if you want the quality, you have to pay. On the box, of course, you can find the optic, of course, but other than the usually the screw, the screwdriver and so on, you have this little plate. This is included RMSC for the carry, and for the normal, the EPS, we have the RMR adapter plate included. So if you have the mill slide on RMC, sorry, the RMR adapter for the EPS and RMC for the EPS carry, you can mount it with this plate, because of course the plate is on 47 and 507K. A characteristic of this sight, for example, is on the name EPS, enclosed pistol sight. What does it mean? The sight doesn't have the usual external emitter and one glass in the front. Here you have a front glass and a rear glass. The emitter is between them, so the emitter is inside, is enclosed. Difference for example from SCS, from the classic RMR. So you have two flat glasses, and of course is suitable for example duty use, military use, simply because stuff, dirt, sand, whatever can go inside the optic or in front of the meter, because here the meter is inside and is protected from the two glasses. So water and whatever doesn't interfere with the signal from the meter to the glass. It's like more or less a rifle sight or a EOTech holographic, the UHF from Vortex or whatever. So it's enclosed versus a open emitter like RMR and other side. Of course, I think this is the main reason why this optic for me is one of the best on the market, hands down. I think this is the future. Easily is the future for the sight for pistols. Small, because of course we have in the past years already have a different type of enclosed pistol sight from Holosun 509, for example, 509T, and for other manufacturer, Aimpoint and so on. But here we don't have any more boxy, super big and heavy sight, but we have a very small size, more like the size of RMR 47K, or of course the SCS for a Glock is a little bit smaller, but on the same time here you have a very big glass, very big window. You can barely, I think, you can still use the iron sights. You can see here on the image is there. So I think when the power is gone, or the optics out of usage, you can use and still use the iron sights. You can see a little bit the front sights. So, and these are the standard, so not sorry, the Maple Light True Dot night sights. So if you can find a slightly like I think 1 millimeter higher is the best way to go, but for me it's not low like a CS, but it's not higher like 509 RMR. When you have the box, you have very high optic. The plate is amazing. I think fits the gun very well. Fills the gaps in front on the back. Feels very like Glock from Glock. Actually, the plates from Glock are pretty shit. You can use, I think, the MOS standard plates, but you have to mount the Glock plates MOS on the slide, and on top of that, you have to mount the plates from Holosun. So you have a very higher sight on it. So guys, thank you very much. I hope this review can help you to choose the right optic. Of course, it's a very different optic for SCS. I think SCS is more suitable for range and fun shooting. Is lower on the gun, of course, but like I told you before, is a little bit probably the open emitter. So if dust, debris, or whatever go in front of the meter, the side will stop particularly. And if outside, for example, there's a little bit of rain, you are pretty sure the CS is out of usage after a couple of minutes of rain. With this optic, you only have, of course, is IPX8, so is shook proof and so on, but you can with the thumb clean the booth of the glass, and the optics is ready to go, like EOTech or whatever. So thank you very much. Have a nice day. See you soon.